Hey guys, Pedro here to tell you about the latest concert that I've attended in the great city of Toronto at the Phoenix on Mother's Day. Abbath, Black Anvil, Imperial Triumphant, and Final Grasp. I know I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I feel like this show deserves a little bit more and deserves a little bit of a recap, if you will, specifically because it's just starting. This tour is just underway. They played 3-4 shows by now, so there's still a lot of shows to come, and I'm going to put in the description of this video all the tour dates, so if you decide to go see them, you know exactly where they're playing and where you can pick up some tickets. I highly recommend it because it's a great lineup. Now, I'm not a fan of every band on this lineup, and I'll get into that, but it's a great lineup nevertheless, and for me it was a night of firsts. I'd never heard of Final Grasp, never seen them, and I had never seen Abbath live. So I admit finally I'm able to check that one off of my bucket list. Now, starting off the evening, Final Grasp was the first band to hit the stage. Like I said, I've never heard of the band, never heard their music, didn't know what to expect. I had an idea of what I was going to get, specifically based on the lineup that they put together for this tour. And I gotta say, I was really impressed. First of all, great drummer. They have a phenomenal drummer that gives the music, the sound, oomph, impact, power, strength, quality. I really enjoyed the mix as well at the table because you're able to hear the vocals coming through part of the overall sound, but still separated enough that you can not necessarily understand them, but you can definitely grasp to them and hold on to them and see the separation that exists. It wasn't murky. The overall mixing was clear and it was very well defined, and you don't always see that sort of cohesive approach for a band that's starting off the evening. So Final Grasp, while coming in as an unknown, is definitely leaving with a place in my heart because I honestly enjoyed their performance tremendously. They were really good for a band that's coming in playing being the first band of the night on a lineup like this. Then after them came Black Anvil. Now, I thought it was going to be Imperial Triumphant, but I found out that they're swapping places. So one night Imperial Triumphant plays right before Abbath. The following show and the following evening, Black Anvil takes that spot. Now, this does not change their set times. They're still, both bands are playing 30 minutes, so it doesn't matter which one comes first. The set duration stays the same for both bands. So from that point of view, if you're a fan of one or if you're a fan of the other, it doesn't really matter where they're coming in the order. They're going to play the exact same amount of time. So I think that's something that's important to know, and it's important to know going into the show so that you know exactly who's playing who. So keep your eyes and ears open because this is something that's going to create a different dynamic definitely throughout the entire tour. But in Toronto, after Final Grasp was Black Anvil, a band that I've seen in multiple occasions in Toronto, supporting very different styles of bands. I've seen them opening up for Cannibal Corpse. I've saw them support Insomnium, now Abbath. Very different styles, very different bands, very different sounds. And the interesting thing for me is that it doesn't matter what band they're on the bill with, they are Black Anvil, and they come on and they play their Black Anvil set with their sound, with their signature fingerprint, DNA fully present into everything that they do. I've always been a fan of their drums. I love their drums live. I feel like live their drums have a little bit more of that extra New York raw style approach, almost a little bit of hardcore that comes in into with those drums hit, but they have great guitar sound as well, and they just had a slight lineup change, if you will, but that hasn't affected their live performance. Really tight on the guitars, great bass sound, and then the vocals coming almost over the top and hitting you really hard and definitely defining what Black Anvil is all about. Like I said, I've seen them before, so I'm not surprised with the quality of their performance and with the quality of their set. The only thing I would say is that they're a band that always strives to come in and play their best and really give true representation to who they are as a band and to who they are in terms of what their sound means to them and to their fan base. And I don't think they just try, I think they achieve it. They've never played a show that I've been at where I was less than impressed by what they put forward. Always very tight, always very solid, a band that definitely knows each other really well, knows their sound and how to best shape it, package it, and deliver to those in attendance on any given night. So I don't think you'll ever see a show by Black Anvil where things are less than stellar. They have a very high bar, and I think they set that bar really high for themselves and the expectations on themselves, but they always find a way of delivering. Next comes Imperial Triumphant. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this band is amazing and I love them and all of this stuff. I don't. I've seen this band live now twice. I saw them a couple of years back opening up for Zeal and Ardor, and now I saw them again on this bill. And I wasn't impressed when I saw them with Zeal and Ardor, so I came in really like, I don't know. I came in hoping for the best, expecting the worst. I'm not going to sit here and say that, maybe people, don't get it, or because I think I'm the one that doesn't get it. There was plenty of people in attendance today that were vibing, that felt that the performance was vibrant, that enjoyed the set, that looked like they were having a good time, and you can tell that by their body language, by the way they're screaming, putting the horns up. So they definitely have an incredible fan base, and they definitely have a fan base that spans country to country, city to city. So they're definitely doing something right. I just don't find it engaging. I don't understand it. I'm completely lost when I listen to this band. It sounds to me like the three guys are playing three different songs at the exact same time, but with different starting points and different tempos. It's just all over the place. I can't find my way through their music. It's absolute sonic chaos, at least to my ears. And while I don't like it, and while I don't appreciate the band, and while I don't connect with the band, that doesn't mean that the band is not good. It just means it's not good for me. And I want to emphasize that, because obviously, based on what I saw today, on how many people were there enjoying their performance, obviously they are the right band for some people. They're just not the right band for me. They don't connect with me. I don't like to see them live. I don't enjoy to see them live. It's just not a music that drives. It's just not a music that connects with me, that leaves me wanting more. No, it's not the case, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise. Now, they might be your favorite band, and if they are, another reason for you to buy a ticket and go see this show. But they're definitely not a reason for me to buy a ticket to go see them, because I just don't like them. But they put on a show, and from a show standpoint, if I take the music out of the equation, and if I just concentrate now on the showmanship, on what they do on stage, on what they do off stage, how they carry themselves, how they present themselves, how they package themselves, then I have to say that it's very entertaining. From that point of view, it is very entertaining. But I'm not deaf. I'm there to listen to the music as well, and the musical side of the band is just not my cup of tea. Now, before I go into Abbath, I gotta say that from a merch standpoint, if you're wondering about that, man, there's a lot of different merch from all of these bands, a lot of things to choose from, a lot of great items. So there's definitely not lack of merch or variety within that merch. If you're looking for some autographed vinyls, they have them. If you're looking for some just regular vinyls, patches, pins, t-shirts, obviously hoodies, long sleeves, there's a lot of stuff to pick. So definitely check out their merch. The people are super friendly at the merch stands, both of them, and there's definitely a lot of variety. Now, as far as Abbath, the headliner on this tour, my first time ever seeing the band perform, seeing him perform, my expectations were to be blown away, and I was. First of all, I gotta say this: as far as the set is concerned, he included quite a bit of Immortal covers, and I think that is in itself worth the price of admission, because when are you going to hear these songs performed by him or by anybody, for all that it's worth? So I honestly feel like that alone, the set list on this tour alone, is reason enough to go see the show. Now, beyond that, performance, sound, stage presence, what can I say? It's a show. First of all, I love the Abbath logo across the stage. Looks really cool in front of the drums, allowing the drums to almost disappear behind it, but with all the smoke, creating a really great atmosphere and allowing those letters to kind of push through that smoke, through that atmosphere, creating a great visual on stage. The band tonight sounded phenomenal. The sound was just, Imperial, Triumphant. It was Imperial Triumphant, the sound. I honestly loved the sound that they had, the heaviness that they had, the darkness that they had. Those freaking guitar riffs were so dark. Everything that you get, the full essence of both Abbath and Immortal, when you listen to them on record, was on full display during this show, and I'm sure it's going to be on full display during this tour. I was blown away by that. I had high expectations coming in, but I was not expecting the sound, the performance to be this solid, to be this good, to be this captivating. I remember watching some of their performances at Wacken and be blown away by how good they sounded and by how magnetizing they were from a fan standpoint, looking at everything that's happening on stage. And you always feel like maybe that's the case at a big stage like that, in a big venue like that, at a big festival like that. There's a lot of moving pieces that maybe help redefine that. Or if you're a little bit more cynical, maybe you're thinking, post-production, they fixed a little bit of the sound here and there before they put it on YouTube. You know, whatever the conspiracy theory you want to hold on to. I gotta say, it's not the case, because I was there. I witnessed first person the sound quality throughout the entire venue. It's not like you needed to be in a pocket here and there. It didn't matter where you were. The sound quality was phenomenal. So kudos to whoever is doing the mixing at this able, because you're really bringing the best of their sound and the best of who they are into the forefront and giving the fans an incredible show from the first all the way to the last song. I was blown away by the performance, by the stage presence, by the way the stage looked like, by the way the smoke incorporated itself into the essence of the music, and then how these songs sounded, both musically and vocally, was just top notch. You know, A+, not for effort, but for execution and delivery. This is it. This is my concert review for Abbath, Black Anvil, Imperial Triumphant, and Final Grasp in Toronto on Mother's Day Sunday. And I hope you guys enjoyed my review. And if you enjoyed the review, or even if you didn't enjoy the review, but if you're considering going to one of these shows, like I said before, the tour dates will be on the description of the video. Check it out. If you've been to one of the shows already, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. How was the show in your town? And what do you think about Imperial Triumphant? I'm dying to hear, because it's a band that I feel is very polarizing. Either you love them or hate them. So hit me up in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all at the next video. Take care, guys.